Welcome, everyone. I'm RahQuel Achiaviatta, the director of the Energy of Breath School, and I'm here today with another gamma activation. This one is about boundaries equals abundance. So it's going to be a very fun and interesting journey, bringing a lot of realizations, opening up of layers of understanding and connection to higher self and higher order information to make positive shifts in our lives around this area, how we communicate with others, how we relate to ourselves, the action steps we take, and that everything be in congruent alignment in every area personally in our life, and then how it reflects from others back to us, how we relate to others, how we establish our needs, how we create the kinds of win-win situations that we desire to create with the path of least resistance, the path of freedom and openness. So a little bit about gamma. It is a high frequency brain state of 40 hertz and infinitely higher. We can get into these state with these gamma breath sequences we're going to experience today very rapidly. And it's a beautiful experience of Zen, of meditation, of connection to the whole and to self, heart opening, mental clarity, feeling rejuvenated and fresh and clear. So gamma is a really nice state to be in. And not only can you experience it by following along with the steps in this video, but you can get into gamma throughout your day. So if you look in the comments below, there's a basic gamma breath that you can use to boost yourself into gamma. It just takes a minute and then you can process accordingly. Anything that's happening in your day, something feels stressful, something feels good, gammify it. Either way, you're evolving and upgrading your life experience. For more information on how to be in gamma in your life, you can visit my website, energyofbreathschool.com. All right, so this will be about a 40-minute journey. We're going to start with a short grounding meditation, then our first gamma breath, and we'll go from there. Each gamma breath is a mix of mouth and nose breathing. What you want to do is feel that you're breathing very openly with your whole body. There's no other specific technique, just big open breaths. And it is an alchemical experience throughout the body. There's all these shifts that happen with our chemistry, with our energy, with our brain waves, with our whole frequency and outlook on everything in our life. So let's get into it. First, go ahead and close your eyes. And from this space, take a few moments to slow down and really land, feeling your body. You can notice your breath, what it's doing naturally, just becoming aware of it. And just remember that you're landing right here, right now. There's nowhere else to go but to go inward and experience your life through your breathing. So now with eyes closed, take a few moments to tune into your sense of hearing. Just listen for all the sounds in the space you're in and the next space, inside, outside. Expand your hearing. And now tune into your sense of sight with your eyes closed. So just feel your eyes relax beneath your eyelids, tuning inward. This is about our inner vision today. Now tune into your sense of smell as you breathe gently through your nose. You can take in the scent of the air, temperature, and quality of the air. Keep breathing, smelling. And then tuning into your sense of taste, noticing the taste buds on your tongue, tasting your mouth. Good. Now your sense of touch. So this could be by touching on your body, and also especially to notice all of your skin on your entire body, all sensation at once. Like the fresh air on your face or the clothing, the hair on your scalp, what you're sitting on, and so on. Finally, take a few moments to scan your entire body. So from the top of your head, so you get to the soles of your feet, feel all sensation on the outside and the inside of your body, just scanning, melting inward as you pass each area. Keep scanning and noticing your breath as you scan your body, and just feel your center of gravity and connecting and grounding. And as you keep scanning, I'm going to describe our first gamma breath. We're going to be using the prayer mudra. So palms together, activating a state of coherence and symmetry and entering the gamma state. This breath is a mix of mouth and nose breaths. What we do is we inhale, taking 3 seconds, and then exhale 3 seconds throughout. And I'll say, for instance, in mouth, out mouth. That means 1 inhale, 3 seconds, 1 exhale, 3 seconds, and so on. So here we go. In mouth, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. In nose, out nose. In nose, out mouth. In mouth, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. In nose, out nose. In nose, out mouth. One more set. In mouth, out mouth. In mouth, out nose. In nose, out nose. In nose, out mouth. And one more. In mouth, out mouth. Good. Now relax your hands and drop in with your eyes closed. Just breathe easy for a bit. Feeling the gamma sensations. So as you're feeling this space, stay with eyes closed and just notice the nuances of energy and the state change that has already happened with this 1 minute basic gamma breath. And now take a few moments and tune into the theme for today, which is boundaries equals abundance. Trust whatever's coming to you as you're in the gamma state. There might be images, there might be memories, there may be examples of what you feel this is in your life. There might be emotions or other sensations, or it might be just other things that seem random that are happening, colors, shapes, the like. Just trust whatever it is. Take a little while and observe with all your senses what's happening. All right, so we're going to activate the theme so that we create new frequency about it, new consciousness, a new way of being in our life. Like each gamma session actually creates a shift in our consciousness and the way we operate in our life. So to do that, we do this gamma activation breath. We place our hands in the diamond mudra. With this breath sequence, there's more detail. It's 3 seconds in and 3 seconds out for the medium breath, 5 seconds in and 5 out for the slow breath. And then it's going to be 1 second in and 1 second out for the fast breath. And while we breathe, what we do is just feel our breath. We don't have to be too noticing about what's happening in our mind. We don't have to be thinking about our intention. We've already put it into the quantum field together. So now let's feel our breath. In mouth, medium. In more. And more. And hold. Now out mouth, medium. In mouth, out nose, slow. In nose, out nose, medium. In nose, out mouth, fast. In mouth, out mouth, medium. In mouth, medium. In more. And a bit more. And hold. Out nose, in mouth, slow. Out nose, in nose, medium. Out mouth, in nose, fast. Out mouth, in mouth, medium. In more. And even more. And even more. And hold. You can have your eyes closed, feeling this surge of gamma energy, activating boundaries and abundance in a good way. And more gamma. Good. And out mouth. Now, take a few moments as you breathe softly, noticing the energy in your hands. You probably feel like frequency and vibration and tingling. This is gamma. So we bring this cup of gamma breath energy to our lips, and we drink it with an inhale mouth. And out mouth. And you can relax your hands. Again, with eyes closed, immerse and bask in the energy of gamma. Breathe easy. All right. Now, while we're in gamma, we've activated our intention. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience of this topic and some perspectives that you might find helpful in supporting you to access what it is that you need to activate today. So, for example, maybe somewhere in our life we are very giving, or we're very accommodating, or even apologetic or timid. And it might be hard to communicate clearly and just matter of fact, without taking personal or making anything personal, what we need or want. And so then it might become kind of like circumventing or kind of a roundabout way. And then we don't ever really ask for what we really need. And then we don't get the response we're hoping for. This creates a drop in energy. And then eventually, say we're trying to still express and establish what we want, and the other person's becoming resistant, or however this might be showing up in your life, then that is not a clear boundary. It's not coming from a place of coherence in the body, being centered, being grounded, and being able to just confidently share. So something that gamma brings over time is getting really in tune with our body wisdom, our body intelligence, and being able to take action accordingly and to be able to communicate from a more easeful place. Again, not taking things personally. And this can also show up, for instance, we go for what I would call counterfeit rewards or pleasures. Say, instead of doing the project we really want to do that we have our passion set on, instead we kind of simplify or justify and take a break, or we feel too tired, or however it is, and we let the energy dissipate. Maybe we wanted to practice our musical instrument that day and we didn't because we felt kind of unsure. And instead of creating that boundary with ourselves of the intention and taking that integrous action, we again create an energy drop. So what I mean is not, okay, honoring our body when we really need to rest. What I mean is we'll recognize the ways that we might be taking actions and doing behaviors that are not really honoring our highest self-loving, self-respecting, self-development, self-evolving ways. And another thing that comes from being in gamma is that we take rightful, balanced, harmonized action from what really is in alignment with us. It's not about constantly producing. It's not about pushing ourselves. In fact, the more we get into gamma, again, the more in tune we are with who we are and our rhythms, and we have energy to move ahead because we've cleared a lot of the cobwebs, we've cleared a lot of the resistance and blocks that show up around us. And say, oh, I don't know, it might even be something like we're out in public and some acquaintance comes up and wants to kind of greet us or touch us or talk to us in a certain way. And how do we establish a boundary to not do that if it isn't feeling right for us? And then we just go along with whatever it is. And instead, when we're in a gamma state, or when we're really in tune and have established what we need, once we're stepping out of the house, we already have a powerful field around us of our aura, of our energy that's very clear. We can step forth with poise and grace. We can step into the situation from a place of like the person's approaching and we can maybe just hold their hands and be like, hi, or hi, whatever it is. I'm just making an example, but it's not just about touch or getting too close. It's about communication. Maybe there's a conversation going on about something that you just don't want to talk about, and maybe it's about gossip about someone else, and finding a way to say, I feel really uncomfortable discussing this topic. Might we put it to the side, or whatever it is, we find a way, or just a very special request. Hey, to the neighbor, by 9 o'clock at night, I really have a need for a good night's rest. Would you be willing to turn the TV down, or whatever it is? And just being able to say it, but it's all coming from this really clear, calm place. So it doesn't have to become anything. And if we release our projections from the field of how others are going to show up, we can practice this more and more. So maybe the examples coming up for you are completely different to this. And also they could be way more serious. Like if there's been some kind of violation of your space, your body, or your energy in any way, or any kind of insult or anything else, you can use this activation we're doing right now to process it. So just know that gamma is a safe space in which to process, because you're self-titrating the experience. You're accessing the experiences and memories and sensations that you're ready to process with your own breath. And now we are understanding around the globe that breath is a portal to consciousness and growth. So now that I've given a little bit of an idea of what this is all about today, let's go into it. I'm going to just guide suggestions and ideas, and you will breathe accordingly with what imagery, what experiences come up for you from any time in your life. All right, so closing your eyes again. Feel into, based on everything I've said, whatever's coming up to you, trust it. And it has something to do with boundaries. It has something to do with how, when you honor your boundaries, you have more abundance, because you're honoring yourself and creating more of a channel of energy to move through you that's in alignment. So just feel into what that is for you. Feel with your entire body the experience of this. It might be something upsetting that happened, or it could be a positive experience. Either way is perfect. You just want to observe it. What happens is that whatever's coming in the space is what's ready to be converted into gamma. So we're going to that address. We are freeing up the energy, boosting it into this golden fuel of gamma to then create new neural pathways for that abundant space with the healthy boundaries. So now we're going to do a breath to process whatever is coming up for you one way or another. So we do this mudra. It's a heart shape. You crisscross the fingertips so that you could touch each pad, and then the thumbs touch. All right, so here we go. In mouth, out mouth, medium. In mouth, out nose, slow. In nose, out nose, medium. In nose, out mouth, fast. In mouth, out mouth, medium. In mouth, medium. And hold. Out nose, in mouth, slow. Out nose, in nose, medium. Out mouth, in nose, fast. Out mouth, in mouth, medium. And out mouth, medium. Good. Now relax your hands and immerse into gamma, trusting all the energy to reorganize as is best. Great, and keep experiencing that essence of gamma, keeping your eyes closed, just trusting your own body, your own space as you immerse. And I'll bring up a couple of concepts. So for this next breath, take a few moments to access a specific experience where you wish you had expressed your boundaries in a particular way and you didn't. Now, if for some of you something's coming up that is quite traumatic or serious or difficult, and if it might seem complicated to have established the boundaries in that moment, that is okay. You can allow that to be in the field, asking your higher self and source and your own gamma energy in your body to catalyze the processing of that situation along with what we're doing here. So just trust that, and you can always revisit this video as often as you like and keep breaking that down into smaller pieces until you have completed and neutralized the experience. If some of you need more personal support, you can contact me for private sessions. And though in terms of this session right now, access as well of that as that if needed. A situation where it's more simple, where you see that you could have gone back to that and done something differently. So access a situation like that right now with your eyes closed. Think about what actually happened and what it felt like, first of all, like the charge in your body, where it sits in your body, how you're relating to the experience, thoughts, emotions, triggers. Notice all that first. Like maybe at first the situation seems like it's going to work out one way, and then, oh, no, it didn't. And it's because the boundaries weren't super clear, or what to say wasn't super clear. So then now go to how you would have liked to address the situation. So see what that could be. Because the thing is, sometimes because of lack of experience in a situation, we may handle it one way, and then once we've experienced it and we learn, then we have the opportunity the next time to address it differently, or similar situations, whatever it is, but we'll know how to communicate. So now we're going to do a breath to process that experience and to integrate an upgrade into gamma that will help you, that will help each of us to then be clear about this next time around, that there's an opportunity. So let's do the heart mudra again, crisscrossing the fingertips. If you want, you could switch to the other hand in front. All right, here we go. In mouth, out mouth, medium. In mouth, out nose, slow. In nose, out nose, medium. In nose, out mouth, fast. In mouth, out mouth, medium. In mouth, medium. And hold. Out nose, in mouth, slow. Out nose, in nose, medium. Out mouth, in nose, fast. Out mouth, in mouth, medium. And out mouth, medium. Great. Give your mudra a little squeeze, relax, and with your eyes closed, drop into gamma, allowing all of this to reorganize in a good way. So as you're immersing in this space, tune back into that experience, the one where it was challenging and that you wish you could have handled it differently. And also, if you have along with that something that was more troublesome or difficult that you had viewed before the breath, you can view it again alongside. There might be different aspects that are coming up for you to process, different angles of it. Maybe it feels lighter, maybe it feels more dispersed or distant, or maybe there's more about it. And that is great. If that's the case, it's because your gamma state is giving you the opportunity right now to work with it. So we also have the capacity to work and process through multiple connected networks at once. So looking at the, say, lighter experience, the one that we're working with at this moment, look back and see how it's shifted, and also visualize yourself addressing the situation the way you want to. It doesn't matter if it doesn't come out exactly how you want it, or if there's other people involved, if they're not responding exactly how you want, but you've expressed your truth, you've experienced yourself in an empowered, clear, congruent way, and you've been succinct and clear in what you want to say or what you want to do. So visualize that right now. Just see how it's looking, what you're saying, what the scenario is unfolding. Take your time, watch it like a movie as you breathe easily. Keep observing. Also, this comes to add, any of you who are parents are there, who are part of a marriage, of a family, of a relationship, you can set a great example by becoming super congruent in this way and helping the whole family lineage along. All right, so now we're going to do a breath that amplifies our capacity and ability in real time to address situations, to observe, to respond from a very centered place, from a very just straightforward, clear place. So for this, we do the diamond mudra. Here we go. In mouth, out mouth, medium. In mouth, medium. In a bit more, and a bit more, and hold. Out mouth, in mouth, medium. In more, and a bit more, And now out mouth, in nose, slow. Out nose, in nose, medium. Out nose, in mouth, fast. Out mouth, in mouth, medium. In more. Even more. And a bit more. And hold. Out nose, in mouth, slow. Out nose, in nose, medium. Out mouth, in nose, fast. Out mouth, in mouth, medium. In more. And even more. And a bit more. And hold. Blissfully expanding this energy of positive, healthy boundaries. And out mouth. Great. Now drinking this gamified energy from your hands with an inhale mouth. And out mouth. Relax your hands. Completely drop in to the abundance of gamma. So as you keep experiencing this space, think about it. Breathing like this creates a state of abundance. Our breath is a key to abundance. If we can breathe deeply, creating more space in our body, bringing up and boosting all our neurotransmitters, oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, GABA, oxygen, endorphins. Plus, with gamma, we're boosting our release of dimethyltryptamine, DMT, naturally, to create this connected, nourishing, feel-good state. Now, this is an abundant state, and this is from where we can manifest in a beautiful way as well. So consider this as you go. It's a step-by-step process, taking action in new ways to establish boundaries. And in this way, we get what we really want in life. To that effect, now take a few moments to access a time in your life where you successfully created a boundary for yourself or made a request very clearly and it was honored, and where what happened in your life came from that good boundary and it brought you an abundant state. An abundant state is a state of well-being. It could mean anything financially, from love, health, connectedness, whatever it is, nature, and so on. Just see what it is. It could be something really simple or a really big thing. So take your time, and it could also be from any time in your life. So let's each drop in, scan. It might be various examples as well. So let's view them like a movie for a bit. As we're each viewing, I'll give some examples because this may prompt even more for you. Like maybe it was a time when you decided, all right, I need a vacation, and you took an extra day off of work and took a long weekend and went to a nice little retreat or some time in nature. It could be where instead of staying up till midnight, you set the boundary for yourself, drank some herbal tea and went to bed at 9 and woke up refreshed. It could be where at work you established something very important with a coworker or with your employer. It could be where you structured your day so you could get your book written. It could be telling someone no to a commitment or something that they want so that you could respect yourself. It could be saying no to that second piece of cake. I don't know. It could be so many things. Just tune in and see. It could be, as a kid, telling the kid who was a bully to no, to back off. Anything. Keep breathing easily as you observe and feel into the experience. Here's another thought. It could have been you saying no to the fears in your head and running for that committee lead, anything like that. It could be if you're part of a creative crew, telling the choreographer or composer that, hey, I can do this part or play this instrument for this part, and making it happen. It could be making a request for a certain income. Say you have your own practice and this is what you charge, and you just clearly state it. See how people respond willingly. You're going to notice that by accessing these memories where you successfully establish your boundary and you abundantly receive what you needed, that it gives you an energy boost, right? So this is what we're going to amplify now. Take our hands, put them in the diamond mudra. In mouth medium. In more. And even more. And hold. Out mouth, in mouth medium. Out mouth, in nose slow. Out nose, in nose medium. Out nose, in mouth fast. Out mouth, in mouth medium. In more, and even more. And hold. Out nose, in mouth slow. Out nose, in nose medium. Out mouth, in nose fast. Out mouth, in mouth medium. In more, and even more, and more. And hold. Feel this energy boost, connection to higher source and clarity, downloading new ways of being that serve you and everyone else. And out mouth. Good. Now bring this cup of energy to drink. Inhale, mouth. And out mouth. Once more, immerse. Surrender blissfully to your own gamma field that you've created. as you keep feeling your gamma state, there's more concepts I'm going to share. So there may be experiences from the past that were difficult, where boundaries weren't set, where we had a certain result we didn't want, and then there might be those fears still, right? Or eliciting a specific experience or response that may be recurring. And so sometimes the boundaries with ourselves, so that we don't fall into that, again, letting the energy drop or dispersing our energy. So say this time we want to create that successful result, and we can visualize ourselves celebrating it. And so what we need to do then is create a powerful container of our own energy, really ground. Notice if there's any leaks anywhere. What are they? Thoughts, things we say, body language, behaviors, even just our routine of the day. There's different ways where we may be leaking that energy, or even our posture. So it's infinite. You can notice for yourself, what are those repetitive ways that the energy can leak and create a state of fear or doubt or dissipation from really empowering and just knowing and trusting and going forward with what we really want. So that's one. The other is forgiveness. It might be hard, especially if some of you right now are viewing or processing on something that is going to take a little time and compassion to heal. At the same time, you can start, or if you're already ready right now to fully do it, go into a space of self-forgiveness. So perhaps many of you who are viewing this have heard of Ho'oponopono, this beautiful Hawaiian practice of forgiveness. And there's this expression that goes like this: I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So think about that. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, with all reverence. This could be to ourselves. We could look at a situation we've experienced, and even if it's unfathomable, or we don't know how it happened or why, and still processing on that, or karma, or something simple where we know now what to do, we can sit with this. We're going to do that in our next breath. We just sit with to ourselves. For me, RahQuel, I love you. I'm sorry you had this experience. And then you view it or describe whatever it was of miscommunicating with this person and having them cut you off, or whatever it might be. Just feel that for having that really tragic breakup, for losing your job, for being out on the street, for being mean to your child, whatever it might be, right? Just feel into that experience. Please forgive me. Then you ask for self-forgiveness, and just give it time, or maybe it's already ready to happen. Your heart is ready for that, right? And then thank you, the gratitude for the opportunity to turn things around, the gratitude for the opportunity to reflect and recognize and be alive right now, to tell about it and to see it and transform it. We have every moment that capacity. And I found that gamma is just like the most amazing way to do that, very rapidly in the now, in the real time. So let's focus on that for a moment. We'll each close our eyes, tuning into that Ho'oponopono. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And just see what emerges. Emotions, sensations, images, experiences about boundaries, about abundance, about breakdowns and breakthroughs. Just feel this. It could just be a sensation, or it could be experiences that come. So it's good to sit with it. Like, just take your time, recognize. I know maybe some of you are going to need to cry for a while, now or later. That is fine. Gamma gives you the processing power and energy to unblock and pull up, reorganize, free up, integrate in a new way, all of these things. Breathe softly as you feel, as you see, as you make this amends with yourself first. Maybe it comes to you to do the amends with others now. Go ahead. All right. So now we're going to do an amplification breath of gamma to boost our awareness about this, to have it in our cognitive awareness every day. Oh, ho'oponopono, self-forgiveness. Oh, taking new action. Oh, how may I address this with gentleness, with clarity? Take a breath, before handling a situation or communicating in a certain way. Get really clear. It takes practice, but then it just becomes second nature. What needs to be done and said, right? So we're going to amplify this. In mouth medium. In more. And even more. And hold. Out mouth, in mouth medium. Out mouth, in nose slow. Out nose, in nose medium. Out nose, in mouth fast. Out mouth, in mouth medium. In more, and even more. Bit more. Out nose, in mouth slow. Out nose, in nose medium. Out mouth, in nose fast. Out mouth, in mouth medium. In more, and more, and even more. And hold. Feel this expansion of gamma and blissful full spectrum light, pineal activation and new consciousness embodiment of this new way of being. And out mouth. Great. In our hands is this gold line of gamma. Our hands have meridians of all our brain waves, which are now all gamified and contain this information. That's why we do this energy drink. So inhale mouth. And exhale. Great. Immerse into gamma. Breathe easy. All right, we're going to do one more step and then integrate the whole experience with a nice closing breath. So for this one, take a few moments and see yourself going forth, walking with grace and ease in your life, getting more and more connected with yourself in your own body. Just take your time and see what image comes to you of this. and it'll probably bring you a smile. I'm going to add some more things to consider. So for some, it might be a scary concept to be super embodied because difficult things have happened, tragic or traumatic things, and insults, or just difficult situations, to then to breathe deep or to feel your own body, let alone to walk with ease and poise and grace through life, might seem like, wow. And that's all right. You're activating it right now. You're going to see a big shift. But consider that you could cultivate this every day, revisit this video, or do some gamma breaths every day as you notice situations and insights, which you will, into experiences where you can change it. The realization will be there, which is already most of the change. And then you can gamify it with the breath. Take some deep breaths of any kind as well. Give yourself a hug, slow down, just take a pause, however it is, to connect with yourself. All right. So now that you're seeing this space of yourself in the future, pick a specific example and see that as well, where you see yourself talking. You might see a particular scene. You're communicating with people in a certain way, with command and authority and clarity and self-knowingness and confidence. Maybe you're doing different things than you do now in your life, or maybe an expansion of what you're already loving doing now. Feel with every fiber of your being what this is like. You're incorporating a new cellular memory of the now and the future, which we're going to gamify. So keep feeling and letting this sensation grow. Get really magnified. Great. So now we're going to do a closing breath that is going to seal the deal. It's going to integrate this new way. It's going to process and neutralize everything that's come up through the session. And it's going to bring us into a nice new upgrade in our life. So for this one, we place our palms together, and it's all medium breaths. In mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out nose. In mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out nose. One more set. In mouth, out mouth. In nose, out mouth. In nose, out nose. In mouth, out nose. And a big in mouth, out mouth. Excellent. Now let's take a few moments with this mudra and feeling this energy. It's amazing. You can relax your hands and keep immersing in your gamma state, integrating the experience. Awesome. So you can stay here immersed for as long as you like. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes, taking a deep breath, coming back and taking in your surroundings from this really present state inside of yourself, surrounded by your own beautiful boundary of good energy. If you have any questions or comments, please get in touch. If you'd like to experience more gamma, get in touch. If you want to address anything personal related to the topic on a much more deep level to bring forth some kind of healing, be in touch. And here below is a basic gamma breath. So if you continue to cultivate what you've activated today, continue to access realizations, you can gamify them. You could do the basic gamma breath hundreds of times a day if you like. Anytime that you feel called, whether something difficult has happened or something great has happened, gamify it. It will elevate and upgrade your life experience. Thank you for joining me. Again, I'm RahQuel, Director of the Energy of Breath School, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.